Let's put the champagne on ice and focus on most important matters on this story. Triple C has won most of the seats in this by-election. However, they've also encountered some losses, especially in Mtasa and also in Binga. And they also lost some wards to ZANU-PF, including another seat, which is Epworth. They've also lost. So what are the lessons that can be learned from this election? Okay, what can be done? Hello and welcome to JCTV Africa, where we look at issues that are happening in Zimbabwe and also Africa. Today we are taking you back to what are the biggest challenges that were faced in this election. The first one was lower voter turnout. This cannot be overemphasized. The issue of lower voter turnout is really worrying because, number one, if people don't go out and vote, there is no way that they're going to expect to win any election or things to change. And people need to feel the heat. People need to feel the pressure. People need to feel that they need to go out and vote. And that is the job that is on our hands as the citizens, to convince one another, to register one another, and to make sure that our names are in the voters' roll when it is released. That is very, very important. If people go out in their numbers and vote, it means that they reduce the chances of rigging. This has been sung by my brother Hopo Shingono, and a number of people have sung this song. It's high time we should put it into practice. Make sure that everyone goes out and vote, including myself. The other thing that we need to look at it, back in the day, in the liberation struggle, there's a strategy that was used by Zanla and Zipra forces, which gave them edge against the colonial masters. What was the strategy? They used the students. Students, not university students or college students. Yes, they played their part, but the people who were much in the thick of things are the students, high school students. Imagine the likes of General Chwenga. They went to war when they were in high school, including Parents Shiri and Sibusiso Moyo, and a number of generals, a number of people who were in the army. They went there in the time when they were in high school. Why is that? The high school are the people who feel, one, they felt oppressed. Number two, they also saw the brutality of the regime. But in our day, the high school students are the ones that are bearing the brunt of not having to attend some lessons because the teachers are not available. They have got poor education systems. They've got dilapidated schools. Infrastructure is not there. In many schools, they have not been improved in years. Like the one of the former upper schools, like Prince Edward, you would imagine that it should be improving, but it is actually going down. A number of schools in Zimbabwe are like that. These are the people that are bearing the brunt. They are not only being left behind in the education system, on the sports fraternity. They are the ones that are going to bear the brunt of being humiliated on sports arena, whether they are playing football, because their country has been banned by FIFA. So these are the people that we should be influencing. These are the people that should be getting IDs by the time we get to 2023. So they need to be approached. They need to find a strategy that can enable them to be actively involved in politics of the day. That's how you win majority, because their number in the pyramid of population is much, much bigger than the number of our young people that are involved in drugs, who are school leavers. So we need to focus on that group, because that constituency is more numbers in the rural areas than the elders. In a family, you might find that 4 kids are in high school. So that means that they outnumber their parents. That is an advantage. So if you have four of those students, and if you have 4 of those students voting, that means you have won overwhelmingly against their parents. So that is also very important. You need to target them because they are the future leaders of tomorrow. Then the other strategy that they used, they had informants in the names of Mujibas and Chimbwidos who were cooking for them. You need to set up a system that allows to have informants inside in dangerous areas where they cannot freely express themselves because of fear of intimidation. That is how you find information, disseminate it, make sure that it is well received by the public there, and it can be actioned. That's what the Mujibas were doing. They would get the information, give it to the comrades, get the information, bring it back to the community, and it is disseminated in the community in the absence of social media, but it was all through the word of mouth. So find those people, those informants, and they can be used. And then lastly, empower the voters with information. The voters, they need interpersonal engagement. And not only that, they also need to be empowered with the knowledge. If they hear the sanctioned rhetoric, are they going to buy into it? If you've empowered them with information and what are their rights and what is in it for them. This is very, very important. If they know what is in it for them, then they will do it knowing they're not going to sell their vote because of a bag of millimil or maybe for 3 bags of fertilizer. They are going to use their vote wisely. This is what needs to happen going forward. Lastly, the cell group system. The cell group system is the backbone of ZANU-PF. It needs to be dismantled, and it can start from families. Look at this tweet. This is what this man says. I believe going forward, people need to use the interpersonal relationship that comes in families, whereby people can educate each other on what needs to be done and what is in it for them. And that's how you form stronger cell groups that comes from families. And this is the only way to educate your voters on what they need to know and what is important for them. And also use social media to your advantage. When I talk of social media, I'm not talking of Facebook, I'm talking of WhatsApp. How can you use WhatsApp to make sure you make meaningful engagements with your populace and with your voter? Tell me what you think about this, and what do you think about how CCC performed in these elections? I'd love to hear from you. What are your ideas? What can you proffer on the table? What do you think Nelson Chamisa and his team needs to do? And if he goes on to do it, are you going to support him? I would love to hear that from you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again on the next episode. We are bringing you a new website, a new look on our Facebook. Check out our updates time and again so that you won't miss out on all of these things that we are bringing to you. We really want to make sure that we become the hub of information and a center where you and I can engage and share ideas as citizens. So please stay with us, support us, and make sure you participate in the upcoming elections. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.